love to go wheeling, whether it's in the mountains, on the rocks, playing in the sand, the mud, or the snow. Our bags are packed and we're ready to hit the trail. We get a chance to film the best off-road events in the country with some of the best riders in the world. These guys push their machines to the limit, but sometimes the terrain wins. These creative engineers are going to show you how they fix it on the trail to get it home and ready to ride again. Gears, Rocks, and Wrenches has been brought to you by Canati Tires, quality performance tires.
So Top of the World's like one of those trails. Whenever we bring people to town, we want them to see that, because that overlook is just like nothing else. Other than the Grand Canyon, I feel like there really isn't an overlook quite like that. I mean, it's just so vast. Cliffhanger had a big overlook as well, but it kind of overlooked like a sewage plant, water processing plant. So, but out at Top of the World, it's just all wide open nature, gorgeous cliffs. So that one's a fun one. And then you can also drive up on the edge and get the, the photo that everyone kind of comes to Moab to see. It's a bumpy trail. It takes about, if you don't have traffic, it takes about an hour and a half up and about an hour down, or an hour and 10 down. We had a lot of vehicles on that trail, so it took us about 2 hours up and about 2 hours down, which wasn't too bad. By the time you drive out, it's about a 40-minute drive out of town and then a 45-minute haul back. But you drive through the canyon on the way out, you're following the river, it's absolutely gorgeous, there's nothing like it. And when you come back, if you're gonna do the trail, make sure you do it later in the day. Go like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock when you get there. And then when you're coming out, you'll have a gorgeous sunset over the canyon as you're ripping through back to Moab.
Oh yeah, of course it's that.
We spent all morning this morning putting new gears in the blue Jeep from the first day we were down. So he's happy to be back on the trail. Drove a long ways to come play at Moab, so we definitely went to great lengths to make sure that we got a gear set down from our shop. We had some guys bring it down, and we got him re-geared this morning so he can enjoy it.
Yeah, we've been doing quite a bit of testing. It's good durability testing, and we don't get a lot of that out in Michigan and the sand dunes and things like that. So being able to see how things move and what goes on when you're actually out on the trail is huge. But all the bumpers and armor and skid plates have been doing a great job. So. Been to Colorado, been a lot of places out west and a few places on the East Coast, and it's funny how it'll make you feel small everywhere you're at.
At the Top of the World, that's another iconic Moab trail. It's getting kind of tore up, I'm noticing. Before it was super easy, you could do it on 33s, no problem. Now it's getting a little chunky. There's still some optional lines and stuff, and I'm definitely noticing that the ledges are getting a little more steep and a little chunky, but that's a great trail. If you've never seen it, at the very top, there's those iconic pictures of the Jeeps out on the ledge with everyone standing on them and hanging off them. That's kind of the feature of Top of the
Definitely Moab is just full of opportunities, trails of all kinds, you know, challenging to relatively easy. For a rocky place with little else, it's beautiful. I mean, it just is a gorgeous area, and it's great for wheeling, it's great for hiking, it's just a wonderful place to go and visit for sure.
You're gonna kind of get the momentum from the beginning. You just kind of roll through it. Okay, so don't wait to hit the gas. Hit it right from the beginning. Right through it. Very good.
Canati Tires, a division of Greenball Corp, has been in the tire business for over 44 years. We're passionate about developing quality tires that perform great and bring extraordinary value to our customers. Whether you're looking for a tire that can handle your off-road adventures or simply want a tire with a beefier look that won't break the bank, then check out Canati Tires.
Everything about this rig is awesome. The tires are almost as old as the car. The car's older than the driver. It's got a little kid sleeping in the passenger seat. I'm not sure how.
The little kid was.
It just crawls. It crawls up everything. You have a doubler kit? I do. Okay, so he's got a doubler kit, so his low range is way lower than normal. Doesn't need a whole lot of power to do anything. It just crawls.
Mine's pretty basic. On the front I've got, well, both ends are leaf springs and just Bilstein 5150 shocks, and the front's got a Trail Gear 3-inch lift springs, and the rears are 56-inch Chevy springs out of a 1500 just to soften it up. They're real long springs, but real basic setup. It's a little bumpier, not near as smooth or pleasant as some of the other suspension designs out there, but it works. Well, so I think my engine, it's the 22RE, had like 98 horsepower from the factory, and being as old as it is, I think it's got 240,000 miles on it. It's not putting much down to the ground, but it's got the torque. So I've got 529 gears in the diffs and the transfer case, and then a doubler. So with all the gearing, I'm able to be able to have a lot of torque and get up the obstacles that way rather than just having the wheel spin. There's just so much to do, so much variety. I mean, you can do dirt trails, you can do slick rock, you can find trails that are a mix of that. And there's, even if you're not jeeping, you can go to the pool or go float down the river, and there's mountain biking, and I mean, it's a great place to just have some fun. And if it's summertime, I just say get back in the air conditioning before noon. Well, I just wanted some company, so brought my girl along with us, and it's fun to have her there. She just loves it. She gets all excited whenever we come up to a big hill. She's all about the big hills and loves playing with the other kids around here and running around. Just has a great time on the trail. Yeah, no, we just started her. My parents never did off-roading or anything like this. We rode four-wheelers growing up, just ATVs. They started me riding those when I was about 5, and we'd go on family trips doing that. We still do that with her. Got her a little 50, she rides around, and so she likes it all. Lots of good memories with my parents. We go camping down at the sand dunes, at least once a month, all through the summer months growing up, and had a lot of good times together around the campfire and whatnot.
We could talk all day about it most likely, but let's do the long and short of it. It's a 05 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. It has a 4-inch rear stretch, running 40-inch Nittos, Terraflex 1-ton axles, RCVs, Adams drive shafts. We did a 5.3 swap last year. This is our first time actually wheeling it, which is pretty awesome. Mild 5.3 with a cam. It's a manual. It's running the factory 6-speed with an Atlas. Just a really, really fun Jeep to drive.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to be part of the industry out here and know that this is kind of who we're building parts for. And you know, we started this as a passion, and this is what we like, and this is a hobby to us. And you know, a lot of times you say jobs ruin hobbies, and fortunately we found kind of a perfect balance of getting away to enjoy these things, but not having to worry about what's going on at home. And you know, gives us an opportunity to go. And what I always say to Pete, you know, he's traveled with us for years on all these crazy trips, and I always tell him on these trips, how are we so lucky to get to see everything that we get to see, whether it be in Colorado or Wyoming or Moab. I mean, these are like dream trips that people, you know, and we'll do 2 or 3 of them a year. It's just wild, really fun.
Uneasy because I am.
Okay, let me get some Mylar balloons out.
Come here. Tell me what was. That's
It looked like that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's something else. You hear about it, but doing it's a little different.
You definitely want to make sure you're in park or drive, right?
Yeah, I hope your freaking brake works.
Top of the world was great. I don't like heights, but I like to do things that, the iconic things that are out here. So, yeah, standing next to the edge, I had a firm grip on that Jeep, but I'm glad we got out there for the picture, and I'm glad we got to see the view up there.
So there's a couple things when people come up here, they come right up the middle because they want to have like space all the way around them. And what happens is when you try to take pictures from over there, it doesn't look like you're all the way out, even though you're like all the way out. So what we found is if you run parallel with the outcropping over there, you don't have to go out as far, and it looks like you're out really far. So they're out pretty far. It's not fun spotting people up it. It's not fun driving up it. When you're in it, all you see out every direction is off the cliff. And you have to just trust the spotter's gonna put you there.
Right there.
Driving a stick's not fun because I feel like one clutch pop away from death.
Now what are we seeing? What are these mountains?
That's the LaSalle Mountain Range, part of the LaSalle Mountain Range. When you come here only spring till about June, you can see snow on them. When you come in the fall, it's just going to be like a regular mountaintop. But it's a beautiful time of year to be here to see the snow caps behind all the red rocks.
She's a teenager. She's a little nerve-wracking.
What?
Rocking towards your dad. Hey, hang on, let me get that. Just to the bottom. Maggie's messing around being a teenager.
I've got like a year left.
If you live, I'll be a teenager. I don't. All right. Okay, well.
So, top of the world was, it's kind of a long bumpy ride up. It's got a pretty cool obstacle, or a pretty cool lookout at the top. You pull your Jeep up there, you step back and look at it, you're out on a shelf all by itself with nothing underneath it, and it's a long ways down. It's pretty spooky. It's not difficult at all, it's just mentally challenging. The trail up is bumpy and long, and the trail back down is bumpy and long, but it's worth it to get up there on the top of the world and park yourself up and just look at the views and get your picture taken. So.
We brought the Cherokee up this last time I was on this side, right here.
Rose Garden?
Yep.